The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Danny Laurel. The Bangko Sentral reports that the country booked a net inflow of hot money last year. Data shows that foreign portfolio investments registered with the Bangko Sentral posted a net inflow of nearly $887 million last year. This outweighs the net outflow of over $547 million in 2021. Now, while the 2022 figure missed the BSP target of $3.5 million, it is the largest since the $1.2 billion inflow posted in 2018. Foreign portfolio investment is known as hot money as it can enter and exit a jurisdiction with ease. That is opposed to foreign direct investment, which is considered stickier and less fickle. All right, foreigners trickling back in as we see the fastest growth in the economy since 1976. But will we break the next resistance level to continue the bull run, at least in equities? Here to discuss, we have with us Manny Ocampo, Director for Equities Capital Markets, ICCP. Hi, Manny. Welcome back.
Hi. Morning, Danny.
Good morning, sir. Now, foreigners trickling back in, and we see that the GDP story is pretty strong here. But why the pullback yesterday after we got that print, which is quite above the government's target?
Sure. I guess in a way, that was market selling into good news.
Okay.
Over the past few days or weeks, I think it was anticipated that we were going to be showing better numbers. So it's people taking profit. Nothing really, shall we say, alarming with that. If you notice, early morning trade now we're up a few points also. So pretty much recovering what we lost yesterday.
All right, so the PSA attributed this growth to revenge spending, especially in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Can we see that this revenge spending is being priced in as we look forward? Maybe in the 12-month forward PE ratios of the markets here, are we seeing that consumption stocks are going to continue to rally the way that they did in the past few months?
Well, when you say consumption, if these are, restaurants and all that, they should see some growth. We think there's some room for further growth. Regular consumption stocks, maybe we will probably see some more growth, but people will probably temper that relative to what they have available as far as purchasing power is concerned. So inflation remains to be a concern. Will inflation continue to go up, or have we managed to maybe see the worst of where inflation and maybe hopefully a slowdown already? So, I think there's some headroom at least until the first half. Then we'll see. Second half, I guess it really depends on how macroeconomic numbers all pan out.
Okay, let's pursue some of those. Let's go for the food stocks. What's your outlook? These are two stocks, no? Maxis and Jollibee are actually the opposite ends. What's going on here, especially, what's your outlook in terms of food stocks? Are people continuing to spend on such things, going out, going to the malls, still related to the foot traffic? Or, as you mentioned, is it going to be a bit tighter now for the wallets?
Well, I think generally you talk to people, they've noticed one thing noticeable is that it's they're paying higher ticket prices now when they go out for meals.
Okay.
Even staples like Jollibee and all that, it's a little bit more expensive now. Sometimes some things are not available. So one of those things. I think. Personally, I think people still will want to go out to eat at the very least. New shopping malls, people will want to go out, take a look at new store formats, etc. If you've been to an IKEA shop, it's still full and
Puno
people
pa
are
rin.
still, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
So one of those things. So people are still there. Again, the question is how much. Up to when does that continue? We think very least up to first half of this year, there should be still available, purchasing power out there for consumers. So we remain to be fairly, shall we say, optimistic with consumer-related stock.
Okay, and still on food, Figaro, no? So acquisition
Right.
of Monde Nissin of Figaro. I mean, where does this come from, and how is it earnings accretive for either firm? For Monde, what do they gain from this acquisition? For Figaro, what are they going to be doing with this money, you think?
Figaro will probably use it to expand, so that's fine. It should be good for Figaro because they have more bullets now to carry out their store expansion, maybe in a more aggressive manner as compared to what they were doing. It's a primary sale, so it's cash into the company. They have that kind of headroom available for them. Now, when you relate it to Monde Nissin, I don't know what the linkages are. Maybe
What
there
are
are
the synergies here?
correct. For Monde, I don't quite see it
Okay.
unless I don't know if Figaro is intending to set up instant noodle shops all around town. Using Monde Nissin products. But kidding aside,
Yeah.
I think Figaro will benefit because of the buying capability and buying power of Monde Nissin. If they will be considered part of the Monde Nissin group, so they should have. They should be able to take advantage of Monde Nissin's buying capability. Their logistics also support.
But
gives
Manny,
them
what
that
about the
advantage.
pricing? Because it was bought at 1 peso per share, no?
I-
Equivalent. Why
sorry.
is it at 95? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to that. Just to bring numbers into perspective, the IPO price of Figaro, early last year, about more or less about this time last year, was at 75 centavos.
Yes.
We've seen it fluctuate plus minus a few centavos over that 1 year period. So sometimes up, sometimes down. Now, then you have that spike towards the tail end of your chart. We don't know why. They've been very quiet,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's shown in your chart. So we don't know what the sudden movement or sudden spikes were in the last few weeks.
Well, is this fully priced in at this level already, or does this still have room to run above 1?
I think they need to be able to, shall we say, verbalize.
Okay.
They have 800 million bucks available to them. So what will they do with it? It's, if I recall right, it's almost as close to what they raised during the IPO.
Interesting. So, okay, one to be watching out for there. What are they going to be doing exactly with this money?
Yeah.
Pure Gold is your stock pick, no? But you were mentioning that, tightening pockets here, but Staples still want to be investing
Right.
in. Tell us more, especially given this chart from October to January, already at a quite upward trend, despite, of
Yes.
course, biting into our pockets, 14-year high inflation.
Right. I think Pure Gold is the growth in Pure Gold will really be driven by, from what we understand, new store openings. They're going to be
Okay.
aggressively rolling out in the Cebu, Visayas area. So that should, it's a new market for them. That should do, and them being Pure Gold, them having so they'll be challenging shall we say, the previous stalwarts out there.
Okay.
In the Cebu area. But, again, who will do a better job of bringing goods at better prices to the consumers? I don't think there's, people will look at, especially in the market of Pure Gold, people will look at who has the best deal out there.
Okay, so just in terms of the margins, for supermarkets, are they not being squeezed? What's going to be happening in their profit and bottom line compared to last year?
Yeah, well, you'll expect some squeezing, but I again, when you talk about margins, there's some pressure there. But again, growth will really be driven by new store openings, and that's the only way. If they stop growing or increasing their stores, shall we say it? They will be left stagnating as far as top line growth is concerned.
Okay, so
The hope there is you grow top line, even if there's a margin squeeze, you're still, in absolute terms, still growing your numbers.
okay, marami talagang mga Pilipino pa rin that will
Oh,
still
yeah,
go.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
109 million population. Sir, let's talk about the property sector, especially after this GDP print. The expectation is that the BSP will continue to move, albeit at
Yeah.
a slower pace, so possibly 6% this year. How much more can the property sector take of these rate hikes?
Well, I think there's one should expect a bit of slowing down in the property sector. We've maybe seen a few companies already look at providing deals, which that didn't happen last year. It was pretty much a seller's market that is shifting now. So, I guess we'll see. People are looking at maybe offering in-house deals now on financing property acquisitions. So, that's maybe the developers have a better, were able to secure long-term funding already, so they have that leeway to, lend to their own consumers.
Okay, and in these markets, considering bull run, rates continuing to rise but not at a pace of last year, where
Yeah.
should we be putting our money, whether it's properties or in general, REIT, bonds, or the equity, directly to the equity?
I think, okay. I'll be a little bit more, I don't know if I'm going off
Diplomatic?
tangent with how the other analysts are looking, but I think if you're prepared to look at a market beyond 2023, you should have maybe a 60-40 mix equities and fixed income.
Okay.
Fixed income will already include REITs, preferred shares that are coming out at fairly attractive, yields, especially when you don't expect interest rates to really go up and up uncontrolled. So being positioned in equity 60%, that's not it's aggressive, but you're not tipping over and going crazy about the whole thing. But I think looking beyond 2023, if you have a portfolio mix of 60-40, you should reap benefits beyond the year. Now, we like energy. Energy companies
Okay.
will, going to be facing some challenges in the energy market as early as what maybe, some people are saying the summertime, but so we'll see on that one.
All right, so sticking to the staples, also an eye on inorganic growth, no, acquisitions and expansion here. Pure Gold still a pick for you, and energy stocks to be watching out for as well. Thank you so much.
Had its own M&A transactions, right?
As well, exactly. Thank you so much, Manny Ocampo, Managing Director for Equity Capital Markets, ICCP. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Danny.
For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online, or visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now. That's at www.signalplay.com, and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Danny Laurel. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. We are One News, all sides, all the time.